video. This is what I'm going to be using. Peaches and cream. Bought it at my local Walmart. It was $7.99. And this is how much is in it? Approximately 706 yards. Alright, let's get started. Alright, I'm using an eye hook. And I chained 50. We're going to single all the way to the end, chain 1, and turn. I do my foundation row a little differently, and so if you want it to be just like mine, this is the right side of the chain. This is the back side of the chain. I do a single in the back side. And what I mean is I pick up the back bump, 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 bump. That's what I do. And then it gives me that effect where both sides are the same. So you can do that if you like. If not, you can just do regular. And I'll see you at the end of this row. I need to put a disclaimer in here right quick that I'm not trying to teach you how to crochet. This is a quick pattern for the Swiffer cover-up. I don't even know what I'm calling it yet. Alright, so I did 49 singles, and now I chain 1 and turn my work. And I'm going to go into the back loop. This pattern will be the back loop for most of it. Not all of it, but in the back loop, for those of you who don't know what the back loop is, I've turned my work. And so this is the front loop, and that's the back loop. And those two together, you would go up under for a regular single crochet. The whole pattern will be a single. And some slip stitches. But and as you see, I'm trying to hold the camera and do this at one time. Just trying to quickly get this taken care of. But we're just going to do the back loop. So I'll do a few back loops and then I'll come back. Okay, so you go into the very first stitch, and this is 5 back loops. And you see that little line in the front where the front loops were left out. We are only going to be going in the back loops. So we'll go all the way down to the end, chain 1 and turn. This is what 2 rows look like. Nice. Alright, so we're going to go to 7 rows doing this back and forth. And when we get to the 7th row, number 7, I'll meet you at number 7. Always chain 1, turn, and go into the very first one. That'll keep your edge straight. So you chain 1, turn, and single crochet in the very first stitch. I'll see you at row 7, beginning of row 7. This is what it looks like for 6 rows. And how I count my rows: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And before I start the 7th row, I chain up 40. And the reason I chain up 40, this is what's used to help hold it on place. So what I'm going to do is go back into this first one with a single, and then just leave that chain hanging out there. And then do all the rest in the back loop. And I'm going to do that for the next 6 rows. So that way you have 5 rows, the next 5 rows. So you have 5 rows on this side and 5 rows on this side of the chain 40. And what happens when we get to the end here, we are going to do a single in that last one, chain up 40, turn our work, go into the first one, and then do back loops all the way until we have a total of 13. It adds up to 13 rows. Okay? So what it is 6, 6, and the one in the middle. That makes 13. Because I could start with an odd number so that when I go all the way around at the end, you'll see what I'm talking about. All right. So that's what it looks like. I just brought it over here and did a single in the first one, and then I'll do back loops all the way to the end. So I'll meet you at the end. When I get to this last one of that row, I'm going to go into both the front and the back loop just to secure it so that I can chain up 40 and go into that next one. So make sure that last one you go into both, the front and the back loop, and do a single. Alright, that's what it looks like. I chained up 40. Then I did a single in that first one, grabbing the front and the back loop, and then all the rest will be in the back loop. That's the end of that row. There's the chain 40. You keep that off to the side. All right, we'll do some more back loops, and once I have 5 more rows, I should have a total. I'm going to end up with a total of 13 rows of back loop, and then I'll show you what to do. So right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's what it looks like. I have straps on this side and straps on that side. All right, very simple pattern. Be right back. All right, I have 13 rows. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip stitch across the top of it. I'm going to lay the straps in front, and I'm going to slip stitch across to the top of here, leaving these in front. Slip stitch all the way to here. When I get to this side, chain 1, and I'm going to turn my work and put a single in this first one. Then I'm going to do slip stitches. Single crochets in the back loop all the way down this row. Now this side is going to be a little tighter for me because this is the bottom foundation row. And look how nice it looks. I have 2 loops to work with versus doing it the other way. Okay? And on this side, when I counted, how I counted was the top lump, I counted as 2 because that's 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. And if I counted on the other side, I had to count by 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 12, 13. So that's how I know I had 13. All right, and the total is 15 rows. Now this all should take you with under an hour. All right, so what we're going to do first is I'm going to slip stitch. I'm going to chain 1. I'm at the end of the 13th row, and I chain up 1 just to make that turn in the corner, and then I slip stitch all the way across, taking this and bringing it to the front. I'm going to slip sticks across those. All right. That's what it looks like when I slip across the top. So I just did a slip stitch all the way across the top. I'm right here at the corner. I'm going to chain 1, turn my work. All right, I turn the corner, and now I'm doing singles in the back loop all the way down. And then when I get to this end, I'm going to do the same thing. Get to the end, I'm going to chain one, and then I'm going to slip stitch across the top. And I like to bring these in front just for uniformity. And slip right across them all the way over to this side. Chain one, and then go slip single crochet in the back loop all the way down. When I get back to the end, that'll make me have 15 rows. And I'm not going to cut the yarn because we're going to go ahead and fold it into itself on both ends. The less cut I have to do, the less I have to weave in. So far this has been continuous all the way from my foundation row. No loose edges. Alright, so I'll see you in a second. I'm here at the end. And now, with this being my right side, I'm going to flip it over. And I didn't cut the yarn. I'm going to fold it over. Alright, so what I'm going to be doing now is seaming this here, cutting it, and then coming over here and seaming this and cutting it. And then on this side, I'm going to fold it in, come over here, seam, cut, seam it. And I do it with not with a slip stitch, with a single crochet, and I'll show you why. Alright, now what my count is, I count 18 stitches. So I start right here, and I count down to 18, and wherever 18 is, I stick my needle in and fold it. Okay, connect it to 18, and then I'm going to slip stitch it down. Alright, so here I am. I put my hook in the 18th stitch from the top, and then I'm just going to loop this through, and I'm going to connect those together with singles. Alright, my daughter came home, so she's going to hold the camera for me. So remember, I counted from here to number 18, put my hook in, and I'm just going to pull that loop through there and chain one, and then I'm going to go in every stitch across. I'll go into the top and the bottom of both, and all I'm going to do is just single crochets across the top. I'm not going to slip stitch. So I go into this one, and I go into the back side. And so what I'm doing is just crochet them together. Some people like to sew, so if you want to sew it, that's fine. But this kind of helps create the part, or the flat part of the I haven't given this thing a name yet. Swiffer cloth. And even when I get to the last one, I force it in there. Alright. It's like that. And then I chain one, pull up a little loop, get my scissors. I don't really need a lot of work, a lot of string, so I tighten it. Then I go in the first one. Then I go inside of here and I pull that inside the work to get rid of it inside of here. And you can weave it inside if you like. So during the washings and different things like that, it doesn't come loose. Alright, I just weave it inside. Okay? Then we go over here on the other side. And you're going to do the same thing to this, what you did here on the other side. I won't have to show you on camera. So I count 18 and I put my hook in here. So here's 18. And then I pull my hook through the top one here. Bring my yarn through, and I leave just enough yarn to cross it over. Chain one, and then I lay that across that work, and I just crochet right over top of it instead of weaving it in until it's gone. I'm just showing you what I do. You might have another way you'd like to do this, but the whole purpose of this video was to inspire you. Alright, same thing, bring up chain, cut, pull it out, tighten it really good, and I stick my hook back up under there and pull that through there on the inside. There we go. Alright, so that's what you got so far. And you're saying, what are we gonna do with this? Then we're gonna come over on this side and we'll come back. Count your 18 on each side, seam it down, and when we get done, I'll show you what to do with these. Alright, got it done, and I've put one of these where it's supposed to go. So what I did was counted how many stitches were in here and found the middle. For me it was 7, and I just slid it through. And I'll show you why I did it that way. I go over on this side. I'll count off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And pull it through. Alrighty. See that? Alright, this was my original, and I tied it. I had all these ties, and I didn't like it looking like that, so I perfected it a little differently. I just had too many ties going on. It just didn't look right. I was, well, I'm going to sell these. I got to do a little bit more. And I knew I wanted to pull my sides in so when I start cleaning, it wouldn't slide off. So here we go. So this is what I came up with. Alrighty, and then by putting that through there, I can pull it, and by putting that one over there, I can pull them. And then when I just pull it together, I was trying to think a little. You watching? Sorry, you guys. My daughter's supposed to be helping me. I can either tie a bow if I'd like. Or what I ended up doing was just putting one in the other and pulling it, putting one inside of the other and pulling it tight, like that. No, I don't like that idea either. So let's just work with it, make a tie. When you can think of something, that's fine. So I just pulled it and make a small little bowl. There you go. And then it's on. And you can probably come up with something else too. There's my baby. Alright, I see a teeny weeny mistake right there. But that's just me. I grabbed onto another stitch. And that should work. And then the way, see, when you put it together, you get this. I've heard only good things about it. And then you can take it off and wash it. Throw it in the wash, replace it with another. Loosen that up a little bit. Pull it off. I even thought about using these, what they were made for. But I'm like, no. Let's do a tie and secure it. Alright, so that's the end of my tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you got some other ideas, hey, let me know. Drop it on my Facebook page. I'll put that information on there when you make yours. And as always, be blessed because you are blessed by the best. Hey, thanks for watching the tutorial. I hope it was helpful. I had quite a few women that asked me as I dropped it on my crochet sites. So, no, I don't do any professional work, even though I got a tripod over there. I've been working on my lighting for some of my videos, but I do my videos right where I'm at. And as you can see, I was sitting in my living room in my comfy chair, and it took me under an hour to do that tutorial for you and try to get it in this less time so that you didn't have to really spend a lot of time on the video. But as always, please come in, look around at my channel, look at all of the different things that I've put out there over the last few years. And if you have any comments or concerns, leave them. I will respond. And give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, please do that. And as always, be blessed. Why? Because you are blessed by the best.